It is time for Saturday Night Baseball, a gorgeous night here in Southern California. The Halos looking to bounce back after dropping Game 1 of their three-game series against the Baltimore Orioles. It's Game 2 tonight here at the Big A. Hi, everybody. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Hughes. Glad you could join us for Angels Baseball once again. And I know, it's 10.5 game deficit in the American League West. There's no question about it. Nobody's debating it. But, Gooby, if this ball club is going to make any type of run right now, the upcoming schedule certainly looks very favorable.
Well, a lot of people talk about Texas early in the season had a similar type of schedule in which they piled up a lot of W's. The reality is right now it's going to be up to the ball club to start playing better. You got two more with Baltimore here, and in Baltimore, one of the worst teams as far as a record in baseball, certainly better on their Buck show ball. And then you got the Mariners, then you got the Athletics, the Indians coming to town, the Mariners, and you go to Cleveland. So you have an opportunity to be able to make up some ground. You're going to have to play some outstanding baseball. Above all, you're going to have to get some hits in key situations, pitch well, above all, beat these teams you're supposed to beat. If you do that, this could be fun in September.
Well, tonight it's part 3 of our hot hitters in the month of August. We've talked about Howie Kendrick, Hideki Matsui, and of course Alberto Callaspo continuing to swing a very hot bat since coming over from the Kansas City Royals.
Well, he's hitting .342 as a member of the Angels, hitting .363 in the month of August. What he's doing, his approach, he simplifies it. There's something on the inner half down there in Boston. It was a breaking pitch down in it. He dropped the bat head. He's able to hit the ground ball. He's able to hit the ball up the middle. He hits the ball well the other way. He's played some outstanding defense, turning a great 5-4-3 double play. We saw him making some great plays defensively on this last road trip, too. A guy that can do so many things, a versatile hitter, a contact hitter. Hopefully he'll be in situations where he can drive in some runs and get an early lead tonight.
Well, if the Angels are going to do anything, it better start tonight. They are 0-4 against the Baltimore Orioles, their longest such stretch since losing 8 in a row back in 2003. Tonight it's the left-hander Scott Kazmir going for the Angels against the veteran right-hander Kevin Millwood. Sit back and relax. We've got lineups at first pitch when we return. by the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza. Who was the last American League player to win the Triple Crown in 1967? Well, go to Shakey's.com/trivia for the answer. Saturday night here at the Big A. Orioles and Angels, game number 2 of this 3-game set. Scott Kazmier's ready to go, believe it or not. He came out here a little bit early. Not the traditional go-around for starting pitchers, which is always a good sign. You feel like the guy wants to just get out there and get it going.
I like that. It's like a boxer going out that first round looking for a knockout, trying to throw up a 0, get the offense going against Kevin Millwood.
Well, we'll get you the lineup for the Baltimore Orioles here momentarily, but Julio Lugo will lead things off. He's taking over that leadoff spot. Brian Roberts with a sore hip. He was pulled from the game last night, and that's why Lugo's in that leadoff spot and playing second base. He was 0 for 3 last night. Lugo getting to start at third base, eventually moving over to second. As he fouls this one off, and Kazmier quickly ahead of no balls and 2 strikes. Lugo hitting .253 on the year, no home runs, 17 runs batted in. Guy who's got a considerable amount of time in the big leagues. The Astros, the Rays, the Red Sox, Cardinals, now the Orioles. Oh, 2, just outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Great location, that fastball. Always like that 0-2 pitch just off the outside corner. Sometimes you'll get the call, but you also make the hitter think, is he going back out or is he going to try to bust me in with a fastball? Bobby Wilson wanted the fastball in.
Go with the breaking ball, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scott, 8 and 11 on the year. A 6.33 ERA. 113 and 2/3 innings, 122 hits allowed, 72 strikeouts, but 60 walks. 2-2. Lugo shoots it foul. Right underneath our camera, first base side. The count remains at 2-2. Orioles come in with a 46 and 83 record. 5th in the American League East, but having played a little bit better under Buck Showalter since he took over. This one's lined in over the head of Ibar into left field, a base hit. Lugo's got pretty good speed. He will stop there as Abreu gets the ball back in. It's a leadoff single for Lugo. And here's a look at Showalter's lineup. Lugo at second. Markakis is in right field. Tyler Wigginton at first base. Luke Scott the DH. Jake Fox gets to start out in left field. It's Felix Piet in center. Craig Tatum is behind the dish today. The switch hitting catcher Matt Wieters gets the night off. Cesar Asturias is the shortstop, and Josh Bell, the switch hitter and rookie, playing at third base, facing Kazmier. Scott looking to bounce back after giving up 3 earned runs. 4 total runs at 5 1/3 against the Rays on August the 23rd. Markakis swinging first pitch, fouls it back, and it's 0-1.
And that last time out for Scott Kazmier, it didn't look like he was ready to go from the get-go. Gives up that home run, first pitch. Before you know, he was down 3-0 in the first inning. That's why you saw him get out here a little bit earlier than normal in that first inning with that approach of attacking the strike zone. He got ahead early, but he let Lugo fight his way back into that count to get a 2-2, and then got the fastball and got a base hit.
Markakis takes a shot and gets by Bobby Wilson. That will allow Lugo to get to second base. Looks like Wilson was set up more middle away on the left-handed batter. The pitch was inside, so might get called as a wild pitch. It was a pass ball.
And to reach all the way back on that fastball, missed by a lot.
And now they've changed it back to wild pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. During that start we were talking about against the Rays, gave up 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Markakis takes it shot. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he overthrew that fastball again, back-to-back pitches.
Markakis was 1 for 4 last night with an RBI, his 45th of the year, hitting .286.
That was a pretty good pitch on the outside corner, but when you miss so bad the 2 pitches before that, you're not going to get a borderline call for you.
Casimir with good velocity on the fastball already in this game, but needs to throw strikes.
And he misses down low, and it's a walk to Markakis. So the first two have reached on a base hit and a walk. We'll look at the defense. Behind Scott Casimir tonight, Abreu, Borges, and Hunter from left to right in the outfield. Cayasco and Ibar on the left side of the infield. Kendrick and Napoli on the right with Bobby Wilson doing the catching.
Scott Casimir, more of a fly ball type pitcher. Peter Borges can be very busy out in center field, can cover a ton of ground. That first step is as good as anybody I've seen, particularly from a young outfielder.
Here's Ty Wigginton, the first baseman. Swings the first pitch and rolls it to Cayasco. 5-4-3 goes the double play. There are 2 outs and a man at third base. Markakis went it hard at second, but Kendrick got rid of the baseball. A nice turn started by Cayasco.
Saw that last night, that combination of Cayasco to Howie Kendrick. Perfect 5-4-3 double play. He was able to get a good feed, and of course Marquez coming in hard the second, but Howie got rid of it quickly and gets that 5-4-3. Wigginton doesn't run particularly well. Huge out. Well, 2 outs for Casimir.
So 2 outs and Luke Scott at the plate. He's the DH, hitting .289 after going 1 for 3 last week. Swings here on the first pitch and drives one out to deep right field. Torrey giving chase at the wall, will make the catch just in front of the 365 mark. That's the third out of the inning. No runs, a hit, and the Orioles leave a man at third. We head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. This evening for the Halos, who come into this with 3 games under 500 at 63 and 66. Bobby Abreu in left field. It's Howie Kendrick batting second, playing second base. Alberto Cayasco at third. Torrey Hunter in right. Hideki Matsui's the DH with Mike Napoli at first base. Eric Ibar's been scuffling of late, just 2 for his last 11. He's at shortstop. Bobby Wilson getting to start behind the plate. Peter Borges batting ninth and playing center field, taking on the 35-year-old veteran by the name of Kevin Millwood.
Definitely still a strike thrower. That one-loss record certainly not what's indicative of the type of stuff that Kevin Millwood has. He's 2-14. So it's a pretty good fastball. 88-92, sinks it, spots it well, cuts the fastball, curveball, slider, and a very good changeup. He throws exclusively to left-handed batters.
Bobby to lead things off. He was 1 for 4 last time with a double. Shows bunt here and takes a strike in at the knees. It's 0-1. Bobby hitting .259, 15 home runs, 66 runs batted in. As we talked about in the pregame show, Kevin Millwood's a guy that you can get to early. He will give up runs in the first inning and do it in bunches. Bobby takes that pitch inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kevin Millwood's allowed multiple first-inning runs in 12 of his last 16 starts, a total of 38 runs.
And that definitely wears on your psyche as if you're a starting pitcher. You try different things. You warm up shorter, you warm up longer. You try to do whatever it takes to be able to break up that negative thought that goes through your mind.
Abreu looping one out toward right field, and Markakis will put it away for the first out. Buck Showalter's defense looks like this. Jake Fox in left, Felix Bielitz, Nick Markakis in right. It's Josh Bell at third, Cesar Sturz in short. Julio Lugo at second, Ty Wigginton at first, and Craig Tatum heading to start behind the dish.
And we've seen Bills PA playing a lot of left field against the Angels so far this year. Will be forced into center field position. Definitely has the speed to be able to cover a lot of ground for him. Has a pretty accurate arm, not overpowering as far as arm strength, but does carry pretty good arm as far as accuracy.
Adam Jones, who was hit by a pitch in the left shoulder on Tuesday in Chicago, still out of the lineup with a left shoulder contusion. Usually the remnants of a hit by pitch.
Pitch up and in. They got away from the pitcher, right?
Allegedly. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Howie Kendrick. He was 1 for 4 last night, hitting .285, 10 home runs, 63 runs batted in. That pitch way outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Howie over his last 9 games, an even .500 average, 19 for 38. That, of course, includes his first ever 5-hit game that occurred on Wednesday afternoon. That's on the quarter, and it's 2-2.
See how he struggles early in the game. An ERA over 6 the first 3 innings. Not that much better 4 through 6, but after that, 2.08.
Comebacker. Kendrick is retired for round number 2.
Also, when you have a guy that struggles early in the game and then can get through that first inning, he can get on a roll. He's a guy that, talking about the ability to sink the fastball, he cuts the fastball. You see a lot of Greg Maddux in him as far as the use of that fastball inside on lefties. We'll throw that 2-seamer off the plate and bring it to the inside corner, but also will cut the fastball in against lefties.
Well, he took the loss the last time out when he faced the Texas Rangers. Josh Hamilton got him for a 3-run home run. Ironically enough, in the first inning. Gave up 6 total runs in his 6 innings, taking the L. Hasn't won a game since June the 24th. That was against the Florida Marlins. As a matter of fact, his only 2 wins this year, we're talking about Millwood, of course, came in back-to-back starts. At Petco Park against San Diego on the 19th of June, then beat the Marlins in Baltimore June 24th. This one on the ground is short. This Sturz is gone. Millwood has himself a 1-2-3 inning. 1 complete here at the Big A, and we are scoreless. here. It's the actual real Tory on the left. Kobe Bryant in the house tonight. His daughter throwing out the first pitch.
Ooh, a strike, too.
Yes, she did. Pretty good cheese on it.
Movement. Look at a cut fastball.
Good to see Kobe in the house.
He's a big Angel fan, I know that.
Stats man, guru, and legend Norm Peters very excited to have Kobe in the house. He's a legend, likes doing the old knuckles with Kobe's in the house. This one out toward right field, chasing Torrey back. The real Torrey Hunter makes the catch.
What a segue.
Oh, you see, we talk about somebody and we just bring them right up. Jake Fox is retired for the first out here to start the second. That'll bring up Felix PA.
Always important for Scott Kazmir to get that one pitch out quick. Those strikes.
That'll bring up Felix PA, the center fielder. He was 0 for 4 last night. Hitting .297 on the year with 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Terrific speed. Takes outside. This is a lineup that you'd figure Scott Kazmir would take advantage of. The Orioles hitting just .241 against left-handed pitching this year. Kazmir falls behind here 2-0. It's almost got to be the mindset of, here it is, serve it right up. This is my best stuff. You get it, you get it.
And you get all kinds of scouting reports, and you're aware of that if you're a pitcher, especially a left-handed pitcher like Scott Kazmir. You know they do struggle against lefties.
This one on the ground toward first. Napoli knocks it down. He'll take it himself. 2 outs. Scotty throwing just 13 pitches in that first inning. Did a nice job in working that ground ball double play off the bat of Wigginton and getting Scott to fly out deep to right. He gets the first 2 outs here in the second. Bring up the catcher Craig Tatum.
It's funny, Napoli was probably telling Scotty, hey, just in case I struggle picking up that baseball, you better be over there at first base. He was late covering the bag. The tough hop. Always, if you're a pitcher, anything hit to that side of the infield, you go over no matter how easy of a play it looks like it's going to be.
Tatum getting to start by the dish in place of Matt Wieters tonight. .264 average, 5 runs batted in. Native of Mississippi, went to Mississippi State University originally in the Reds organization. 3rd rounder back in 2004, and actually got big league time last year with Cincinnati, playing in 26 games. Batting just .162. Fouls this one off to the right. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Tatum. Now with a guy like Matt Wieters on the roster, the guy that one of the youngsters that they plan on building around, you know that your playing time is limited in that backup catcher's role. That's why I thought Mike Redmond was the perfect guy in Minnesota for those last couple of years behind Joe Mauer.
Put up some good numbers too, playing once or twice a week.
This one on the ground, and Callaspo has it, bobbles it, regroups, throws to first, still got it. A 1-2-3 inning for Scott Kazmir, a fly ball and a couple of ground outs. We're to the bottom of the second. Torii Hunter at Deki Matsui, Mike Napoli coming up for the Halos. Torrey Hunter to lead things off here in the bottom of the second with no score. We'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, Torrey Hunter has owned Kevin Millwood, and batting average over 400 with 2 home runs. Let that dog hunt today in the situations where he could do some damage. A couple opportunities last night to give the Angels a lead, but didn't come through. Look for him to come through tonight.
Torrey last night 1 for 4, so his batting average of 290. Choose this one off the end of the bat. Foot race between Torrey and Millwood, and the big right-hander beats Torrey. They're down number 1. Torrey's had good numbers, too, in his career against Kevin Millwood. But here in the early going, Millwood, who, as we pointed out, struggles in the first inning, kind of some pretty good movement on his pitches. That little cut fastball.
Cut fastball, very effective pitch. It looks like when it's coming to as a hitter, you see that ball right down the middle of the plate. You start the bat head through the zone. The next thing you know, it's off the end of the bat. Tatum said in the middle part, then that cut action just barely gets the end of the bat for Torrey Hunter. That's why you see a routine ground ball to first. Boy, what a good angle we see on that cut fastball. And you see where that ball hit his bat right off the end.
And that's one of those swings from Torrey that is the patented opposite way type of swing. That he tried to pull that ball. He missed that ball off the end of the bat. That's the kind of movement that Millwood's getting on those pitches, at least late movement. His Decky takes a strike.
You can almost read his lips as Torrey was in the dugout saying, I was right on that pitch at the very end. The ball cut away from him.
You don't think he's cheating, do you? I'm just kidding.
No,
Matsui
good movement.
Inside, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Matsui had his 10-game hitting streak snapped last night. And still, fans bringing out the signs for him. 0 for 3. And I think his average of 264. 16 home runs and 69 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch. Just missed away, and it's 2-1. Touched on it a little bit last night. The Angels in the month of August have swung the bat well. They've hit 273 in the month of August. This is 2 points shy of their best mark in any month this year, 275 back in June, and still have not been able to put anything together, meaningful anyways, 10 and 13 in the month of August. So they've had base runners. The biggest problem has been the situational hitting for this ball club since the All-Star break. Matsui pops this one foul, and this one will land in the seats.
Seems like they've missed so many opportunities to either take a lead or expand on a lead during this stretch. Had a number of base runners. A lot of singles, opportunities to do some damage, but then try to hit a monster home run instead of just hitting that double the other way at times. And the pitcher sensed that, so they started expanding the strike zone against you in RBI spots.
Full count here on Matsui. Grounds this one over to short. 2 outs. But for a guy who is a traditional fly ball pitcher, he's a 4-seam fastball, usually up in the strike zone. He's got 4 ground ball outs to the 5 batters he's faced.
He also reads the scouting reports too on the Angels right now. They're overly aggressive at times, swinging the pitches down and out of the strike zone. But why would you not stay down with that 2-seam fastball? If you could throw it and then cut the fastball in on lefties, just to keep them honest, or away against a right-handed batter like you did against Torrey Hunter. You just have to make those adjustments as hitters. The Angels do again, get on the plate.
Napoli takes a strike on the outside corner, and just to put that situational hitting in perspective, back on July 15th, which was the first game after the break, that was that 4-game series against the Seattle Mariners, the Angels were hitting 263 with men in scoring position. They come into this game hitting 252, having dropped 11 points in just over a month. And just like that, Matsui turns into Napoli.
It is truly amazing.
Two balls and a strike. Napoli got to start behind the plate last night, went 0 for 3.
Well, Millwood's certainly a guy that gives up a lot of home runs. 26 home runs allowed this season already.
Napoli skying this one out to right. Markakis a couple of steps to his right. Kevin Millwood for the second consecutive inning has a 1-2-3 frame. 2 complete here at the Big A. No score. One due up for the Baltimore Orioles. Cesar Suarez takes a strike. Scott Kazmir had a 1-2-3 inning in the second. Suarez getting to start at shortstop. 1 for 3 last night, so his average at 232. Reaches for this one. It's by Callaspo. Ibar's got it, but no play on the Suarez. That's a leadoff base hit.
Yeah, once that ground ball got by Callaspo at third, no chance. With the Suarez and his wheels going down the line, that was going to be an infield base hit. Callaspo playing in with the threat of a bunt. A chance to be able to make that play, but Ibar showing some great range. But smart decision is to hold on to that baseball.
First base runner that Kazmir's allowed is the walk to Markakis, second batter of the game in the first inning. There's Josh Bell, the third baseman. Switch hitter swings the first pitch. Easy fly ball for Torrey Hunter. He can't find it. He's kidding. There's out number 1. The Steers back to the bag at first. It's a nice effort on the part of Torrey, and he retires Bell for the first out. Hey, folks, on Saturday, September the 11th, all kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free Angels art set courtesy of Yakult. The set includes crayons, colored pencils, markers, watercolors, and more. Be sure to purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window.
Wow, I can't wait for that one.
Go perfectly with your matching backpack and lunchbox.
No doubt. My soap dispenser.
How about the candy dish we got today?
Oh, incredible.
Julio Lugo takes a strike. He had a base hit his first time up. I'll tell you what, man, we've had some unbelievable. You hear that sound? That's the M&Ms.
They keep flowing.
How many bags of M&Ms did we get today?
At least about 8 bags, at least.
How about that one from the ushers in left field? The largest bag of M&Ms I've ever seen. Known to mankind, I believe. That might actually be a subject matter on the Discovery Channel.
That was a gigantic bag.
It's in the dirt. Nice job by Bobby Wilson.
We're joking about it. We might be set for the next season with M&Ms right
Absolutely.
now.
Bobby's going to go out and talk things over with Kazmir.
I really think that's why Kobe Bryant came to the game today, really, because he wanted to get that.
For the M&Ms?
Yes. Candy dish, no question.
We've had some folks send us some with the dark chocolate kind. And also have not tried the the new pretzel.
Yeah, I have to try those ones. It's a great commercial with how that pretzel gets inside the M&M. It still boggles my mind. How does that happen, Victor? You know everything.
Going to have to go to Wikipedia. I just do not know. Well, Gooby regroups. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here.
It's one of those head scratchers. I just can't figure that one out.
One pitch. Inside out. And that's a foul ball down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Orioles with a couple of hits in this game. Leadoff base hit by Lugo after Kazmir got ahead of him, as he is now. And then leadoff knock here in the 3rd inning by Sturz. He's at first base. One, 2. This one on the ground towards second. Kendrick over to Ibar. They're not going to get Lugo, and they get the lead runner for out number 2. Nice job by Howie setting his feet and throwing a strike to Eric.
What was the important one? To get that lead base runner. Lugo's speed is going to be very difficult on a chopper to be able to get a double play. To hit the shortstop, you have a better shot, but when you hit the second base, you have to spin and make the throw, and then, of course, the store's all over Ibar. Just hold on to that baseball. You got that lead runner.
That'll bring up Markakis with 2 outs and a man at first. The only walk issued by Kazmir came to this gentleman. So no official AB for him. Napoli will have to get off the bag at first on a pitch delivered to the plate with the left-handed batter to plate. Markakis with a very quick bat, even though Kazmir's got a pretty good fastball. Nick has been known to pull pretty much anybody's fastball if necessary.
Well, you would assume at some point during this at bat by Markakis that Lugo would try to steal second base. 2 outs. Already have Napoli playing off the base anyhow, so that hole between first and second is not there to begin with. So why not, if you're Baltimore, take that shot at trying to steal?
One ball, no strikes. The Orioles in general do not run a whole lot. They've stolen just 58 bases, 10th in the American League. One thing's for certain, though, things have changed and will continue to change under Buck Showalter, their new manager. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. To throw down from Bobby is in time. Lugo gunned down for the 3rd out. Nice job by Bobby Wilson. We hit at the bottom of the 3rd with no score. yet to get a base runner against Kevin Millwood. They'll have Ibar, Wilson, and Borges here against a veteran right-hander from Bessemer, North Carolina. Makes his home in Texas. Ibar shows bunt, takes a strike.
Where would that be located?
Bessemer, North Carolina?
Yes.
In the great Tar Heel State.
That's great information. Thank you. I can rest easily at night.
The 0-1 pitch. Ibar fouls this one back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Ibar was 0 for 3 last night.
Continue to throw those slow curveballs and hard sliders down and in against Eric Ibar. Has to lay off that pitch. Himself in the fastball counts.
And he chases the high fastball, and he goes down swinging for out number 1. First strikeout of the night for Kevin Millwood. Brings up Bobby Wilson. And by the way, Bessemer, North Carolina, just outside of Greensboro.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Bobby doing a nice job gunning down Julio Lugo to end the top of the inning. Seeing action for the first time in this series, hitting .224. Takes a strike. But Paul Nauert, the home plate umpire, has been fairly consistent on both the inside and outside corners.
Yeah, if it's a strike, he's been calling it. That's what you want to have an umpire, consistency.
Bobby lines this one to short. There are 2 outs. And folks, on Sunday, September the 12th, join the Angels for the annual Salute to Kids Day. Upon entry, all kids between the ages of 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free Angels reminder binder, courtesy of Union Bank. To purchase tickets, for more information on Salute to Kids, visit angelsbaseball.com. I salute you.
Boy, and the kids are just so excited about school next week.
Pumped up. Glad you brought it up.
They love when they bring that up to them. Hey, it's school next week.
Borges lays off that pitch, and it's 1-1. Peter was 0 for 3 last night. 176 average with a home run and 6 runs batted in. He's got 3 doubles and 1 triple. 2-1. Millwood not happy with that last offer.
That's one thing about Kevin Millwood. When he feels he makes a mistake by himself, one of his mechanics will slow that pace down, try to regroup.
Three balls and a strike. Millwood originally in the Atlanta Braves organization, grew up. Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, Steve Avery. Traded to the Philadelphia Phillies for Johnny Estrada. He of the Chips fan. Borges runs this one up the third base line. And a lot of spin on it and kicked left. And it's a full count on Borges.
Not the usual count. You're going to lay down a bunt, 3-1 count. But his game is all predicated around speed. So he's getting on first base, look for him to try to steal second base. That ball, as soon as it spun off the end of the bat, was going to go foul.
Not a bad effort considering Bell was playing back at third base. So he's got a full count now. There's the payoff pitch. Borges lines on the left center. There's a base hit. So a 2-out knock with the first base runner. He's trying to go to second. He is in there with a double.
Well, those afterburners around first base. Somebody saw that they were indecisive out in the outfield of who was going to get that baseball. He turned it on and easily gets into second base. A quick step. When you look at Peter Borges, when he rounds the base, doesn't necessarily even have to look and find the base where he's going to go. Picked up where the outfielder was, goes right around, gets that corner of the base, and then turns it on. Easily gets into second, now in scoring position. But that's a routine fly ball into the outfield to get a double out of it.
And Bobby now with an RBI opportunity here. First base runner of the game is the double by Borges, his fourth of his big league career. Bobby 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to right field the first inning. Breaking pitch is in for a strike. Take a look at our U.S. Marines, leaders of the game when it comes to Bobby Abreu. 68 walks this year. Leads the ball club, and it's 8th best in the American League. This one on the ground is short. Tires Abreu is hustling down the line. That is out number 3. The Angels get a base runner, cannot cash a bid. Brew through it, no score. Big A. Take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Who is the Orioles' all-time leader in triples?
Oh, that's a good question. Paul Blair?
Why it's the AT&T trivia question of the night. Paul Blair's a good guess. Nick Markakis takes outside. He was at the plate when Julio Lugo was thrown out to end the top of the 3rd inning. Orioles setting up 2, 3, and 4. Markakis, Wigginton, and Scott. Ryan Minor. Billy Ripken.
Billy Ripken.
Markakis, no official at bat. He drew a walk into first. Oh, I got it. Manny Alexander. The heir apparent to
Cal Rip at shortstop. Yeah. No question.
Kazmir, no strikeouts and that 1 walk. Having allowed 2 hits. 2 and 2.
I think Boog Powell had a bunch of triples there at Memorial Stadium.
Having just seen Boog 3 weeks ago,
yeah.
I don't believe so.
He figured, if it's not out of the ballpark, I'm not going to make the effort to run that far.
Sounded like he broke his bat, and off the glove of Napoli and off the glove of Kendrick into right field. Markakis slips going around first. And he'll stay there with a leadoff base hit.
That might have been an interesting play if Howie was able to field that ball. That deflection off of Napoli's glove and off of his. Scott Kazmir again with a little bit late getting over the first base because he falls towards 3rd base. It's a more difficult coverage for a left-handed pitcher. That slight deflection got it by Howie at 2nd. But you can't ever fault Mike Napoli for making that effort. So a lot of times you'll see a first baseman just go right back to the base.
Wigginton takes up and away. Saw the first pitch in the 1st inning, let it fly and rolled into a double play. So he's 0 for 1. Here's a strike into the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Kazmir, unlike his last start, has been so far through the first 3 innings very economical as far as his pitch count is concerned, having thrown his 39 pitches through 3 plus 1 batter, now 2 batters. One. Fouled straight back.
Pretty good swing at that fastball. Fastball before was located perfectly in the inside corner. That one out over the plate and down.
'20 home run year for Ty Wigginton. This name was bandied about the trade deadline. Orioles opting to keep him around. Check swing. It didn't matter. It's a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Scott Kazmir's picked up his first strikeout.
Boy, what a great spot on that fastball. Fastball in, strike, fastball out over the plate, fouled straight back, then came right in with a fastball about thigh high on the inside corner. Algo showed a 4-seam rotation on the inner half of the plate. Catches the spot. Good frame, too, by Bobby Wilson. Good sequence of pitches called by him.
There's Luke Scott. Hit a fly ball to deep right field. Took Torrey Hunter all the way to the wall. To end the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Luke Scott, part of that big Miguel Tejada deal a couple of years ago, coming over from the Houston Astros. One ball, one strike here on Kazmir. Markakis not taking a very big lead at first base. Napoli keeping close to the bag there. Scott's a guy you could double up. This one's foul at the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scott's rolled into 7 double plays this year.
He's got pretty good power the other way to left center field. If you're going away, you got to keep the ball down in the strike zone.
Good slider down and away, 2-2. Scott's had a pretty good month of August, hitting .315 with 8 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Kazmir slowing things down a little bit. 2-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Scott. Back-to-back punch-outs for Kazmir. 2 outs.
Pretty good break on that slider. Stay with his mechanics. Good downward action. Pretty good pitch by Kazmir. I know what it shows on that particular replay. The XMO will show how he got on top of that pitch with the slider to be able to have that snap with the wrist, to be able to have that slight break. Hitter thinks fastball, but then reacts to it, and then that goes away from the bat.
Jake Fox takes a strike. Remember that name earlier this year as a member of the Oakland Athletics. Got traded over to Baltimore on June the 22nd for a minor league pitcher by the name of Ross Wolf. This guy can catch, play some left field for you, can even play some first. Oh, and 2 now. Perhaps that early start for Kazmir coming out, not waiting a whole lot of time before this game started, just bolting out, getting things going. Seems to have helped him a little bit. Get some momentum.
It's almost as like he was down in the bullpen, and you get that the phone rings and say, get up and get ready to get in the ball game. And you don't have the time to think about your mechanics, what you're trying to do out there, instead of just going and attacking the strike zone. That's the thought process you see early on for Kazmir.
Throw over to first. Markakis is back. You get that leadoff base hit, and he's been anchored at first since.
As a pitcher right now, your focus has to be, it's a 1-2 count. You're in position to be able to get through the inning yourself. I know there's some throws over to first base, but you have a chance to finish off the inning if you make a quality pitch. Get that strikeout, get that easy out, and you're through instead of throwing over there to first base as often as he has been.
Off the end of the bat, Howie Kendrick has a go off his glove. And that may have been just a product of peeking up a little bit to see where Markakis was at. I thought as that ball was headed toward the middle, that probably one play was going to be first base with the way Jake Fox runs.
It looked like he was looking up to see if he was going to be able to flip the baseball over to Eric Ibar covering second base. You have time with Fox, who doesn't run very well at all. You'll get yourself in position to make that play and throw the first.
Howie gets charged with an error instead of the third out of the inning. It's runners at first and second. Felix P.A. at the plate. 10th error of the year for Howie Kendrick. PA 0 for 1. He grounded out to Mike Napler. Takes a fastball inside for ball one.
We said a number of times this season, this is the time as a pitcher you try to pick up your infielder. It was a mistake made by Howie, but the reality is you got to get him through, make him feel better about himself if you can get through the inning without giving up a run.
PA takes a strike. Corner infielders are shallow. Abreu in left, Hunter in right. PA not known as a power type of threat. Can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Has 4 home runs, but in this case, you'd figure, especially against a left-hander, that she's trying to reach out, touch something here with Markakis in scoring position. And he's ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike.
Breaking pitch. Bobby did a nice job as far as squaring up the body, keeping that baseball in front of him. Textbook. Glove down between the legs and body able to absorb the bounce of that baseball, keep it in front without getting too far away so the base runners could advance.
Two-one pitch. That's hit on the ground over to Kendrick. He's got this one. That'll end the inning. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error. The Orioles leave 2 on. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. Max by Carl's Jr. Want a Charles Roll burger top of the big juicy Philly cheesesteak? Then come to Carl's Jr. for the Philly cheesesteak burger and by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. No score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Halos setting up Kendrick, Callaspo, and Hunter against Kevin Millwood. Peter Borges with the only hit. He's the only base runner allowed by Millwood. That was a 2-out double in the third. Now he takes that big, slow curveball upstairs for ball one. Kendrick hit a comebacker to Millwood in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Millwood climbing the ladder there and evens the count of 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes.
He's been able to throw that slow curveball around 70 miles an hour. You still have an opportunity to make an adjustment. If you're a hitter, how he was initially out in front, but kept his hands back, was able to fight that one off.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Be nice to get that leadoff man on board. A full count here to try to get something going.
I think the way the offense has gone against the O's, in reality, his whole homestand, except for that one game against Tampa, which they had the 17 hits, they struggled to score. So you're going to have some type of motion put on if you get base runners.
That's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Howard doesn't like to call. It's out number 1 in the second punch out for Millwood. We'll go back and take a look at our AT&T trivia question for this evening. Who is the Orioles' all-time leader in triples? How about Mark Belanger? Brooks Robinson, 68.
Brooks Robinson.
The greatest third baseman of all time.
No doubt.
16 Gold Gloves. He was as smooth as silk.
And about the nicest human being you'll ever meet in your life, too. One of the all-time greats.
As cool as the other side of the pillow. 1-0 count here on Callaspo as that pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Alberto grounded out to short. His first at bat. He takes down low. It's 3-0.
Got to be taken in this spot. Need some base runners.
That's in there. It's 3-1. Callaspo third in the American League as far as batting average is concerned here in the month of August, trailing Joe Mauer, Paul Konerko, and Howie Kendrick just behind Alberto. 3-1 pitch. Lifted in the air to shallow left center. Isturis going out. Fox coming in, and Isturis will make the basket catch for out number 2. A rather nonchalant fashion, but the out is recorded.
I think he was waiting for somebody to call him off at some point. He kept drifting out and nobody called him off, so he made the play. Waiting to hear some verbal communication. He was able to go out there and routinely make that catch.
So the first 2 guys retired here in the bottom of the fourth. Meiser intently taking notes on what his brother just did.
Hey, why didn't you miss that?
Torrey takes up and away. Grounded out in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Meiser, of course, on the DL. Third time he's been on the disabled list this year, this time with a shoulder strain. The Angels did make a move with Brian Fuentes being sent to the Minnesota Twins yesterday. The Halos essentially played with a 24-man roster yesterday, but activated Rich Thompson before the game today off the disabled list. He's in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and still no word as to that player coming back from the Twins. And likely a minor league guy that we will probably see a lot of in spring training at some point.
Fuentes getting an opportunity to be able to be the setup guy with the Minnesota Twins.
This one up the third base line and foul. Nice effort on the part of Josh Bell.
Right down the line, you can't take that chance assuming it's going to be a foul ball. And Bell was able to dive and make that play. Even if it's a fair ball, he did a great job as far as keeping it to a single. It's good hustle. You notice that even last night in that rundown play, Baltimore fundamentally are getting back to where they used to be on the Buck Showalter now. A lot of times you'll see a guy just let that ball go right down the line, assume it's going to be a foul ball, but you can't take that chance. Boy, does he stress the fundamentals as well as any manager you'll ever see.
Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Former Yankee farmhand.
Played against him when he was in Nashville, AA affiliate of the New York Yankees, and he was there for a number of years in the Southern League, which is not an easy league to stay around for a long period of time.
This one out toward the alley in right center field. That's going to go for extra bases. Markakis picks it up, fires it in, and Torian at second with a 2-out double.
Similar to his first at bat, taking that approach of going the other way. Millwood will not challenge him necessarily with a lot of fastballs on the inside part of the plate. So look away and then drive the ball away. Cut fastball once again out over the plate. But a great swing. Very good balance for Torrey Hunter on that particular pitch.
So Matsui steps up now with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Second consecutive inning in which the Halos have had a 2-out double. Brady grounded out to end the third. Matsui launching one out toward the right center field. Pierre is back there. He'll make the grabs for the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing happening for the Halos here. They've left 2 in scoring position through 4. Still, we are scoreless. In 1977, Nolan strikes out 11 Baltimore Orioles to reach the 300 strikeout mark for the 5th time in his career. That's it, huh?
That's it, only 11?
First pitch swinging here to start the 5th inning is Craig Tatum, and it's no balls and a strike. Do you know how many double-digit strikeout games you had?
I'm guessing 11.
You did?
Yeah. Does that surprise you?
No. I thought you were just kind of messing around because Nolan and what we just had.
Yeah. A few games. Not too many. I wasn't a strikeout pitcher. It was by accident. I had to be swinging at a slider in the dirt.
He did that against a pretty good lineup, by the way, in 1978. 0-2 pitch. Tatum looks outside. By the way, visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Rick Dempsey, Eddie Murray, Rich Dower, Mark Belanger, Doug DeCinces, Ken Singleton, and Lee May. For the kind of everyday guys.
Some pretty big guys in that lineup.
Absolutely.
I remember facing Ken Singleton my first year, and I thought he was a giant at the plate. I remember one time, of course, I was fairly wild early on, and I threw a pitch inside, and he glared at me. I was like praying that he wouldn't come charging at me. I still joke around when I see him when he's doing the Yankee games about that.
Tatum goes down for the first out here in the 5th.
Number 3, shortstop, Cesar Izturis.
Turn that pitch over. Very good off-speed pitch. Casimir gets Tatum way out in front. Good job as far as selling that pitch. Not only the velocity, but you have to make the hitter think you're throwing a fastball, then turn over that changeup and get the swing.
Casimir's 3rd strikeout of the game as he falls behind here on Izturis. That'll even the count. Caesar had a base hit leading off the 3rd inning and was erased on a fielder's choice. But he is 1 for 1. Kyaspel playing in at 3rd just in case as Casimir throws that pitch down low, and it's 2-1. This one toward the middle, and high bar is there. High throw, and Napoli's off the bag. Izturis will reach. They're calling that a base hit.
Ground ball right up the middle by Casimir. Was in position to make that play. He gets by him, and Ibar on that slight hesitation when the ball got out of his glove for a second. Had a high throw. And Izturis runs well, beats it out.
Big swing and a miss there by Josh Bell, who hit a fly ball to right in the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1.
Well, Josh Bell very aggressive on that first pitch.
Runner goes, the 3rd out from Bobby. He's not in time, and it gets away from Howe into center field, but fortunately, Izturis was not watching the baseball, and it's a stolen base.
Izturis going on first movement by Casimir and gets a good jump. It's about 2 or 3, almost 4 steps before the baseball is delivered. No chance for Bobby Wilson to throw him out. The baseball just getting there when his foot's already on the base.
Oh, 2 to Bell. Out to deep right center field. That ball is hit well. Borges pulls up, and Bell has gone the opposite way to put the Orioles up 2-0.
Boy ahead, 0-2. Too much of the plate there. That's a chance where you can expand the zone, maybe a baseball off the outside corner. Trying to go in the outer half, but it got too much of the plate and elevated. Scott knew it right away as soon as he delivered that baseball.
I mentioned it earlier that Bell has some power. He has a strikeout potential as well. But a strong kid, a switch hitter. Gets his third major league home run. Now with 11 RBIs. This one's on the ground towards second. And Howie's got it. 2 outs. And perhaps if Ibar is able to maybe get his spirits at first base, a non-high throw, and all of a sudden it's a solo job, and perhaps even just changes the complexity of the inning. Nobody on base, working from the full windup, but it is what it is.
That's the point too. When you pitch from the full windup, that's why you see sometimes when a man on third, you'll see pitchers pitch from that full windup. You have a tendency to have more velocity on your pitches when you're at a full windup because you're able to use your whole entire body as compared to out of the stretch position, which you're trying to at times be quicker to the plate and don't have that great leverage.
Cake is swinging and missing it. It's 1-1. It's 21st home run that Kazmir has allowed this year. In 117 plus innings. Scott's had 1 win in his last 8 starts. That came on August the 7th against the Tigers. 10-1 victory. First start off the DL. 2-1 pitch. Markakis, a chopper back up the middle. Ibar's got it. That one's on target for the 3rd out. But the Orioles strike first. Josh Bell with his 3rd home run in the big leagues. And Baltimore has a 2-0 lead. Nothing in the top of the inning, and here in the bottom of the 5th, Mike Napoli, Eric Ibar, and Bobby Wilson will face Kevin Millwood, who has 2 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits allowed, both 2-out doubles. The Angels last night 0 for 6 with men in scoring position. Tonight 0 for 2. They dropped last night's game 3-1. But Bergeson getting the win as Napoli rips one out toward left center field. PA got a pretty good jump on it, and Napoli is the first out here to start the 5th. Hey, come out to Kaiser Family tomorrow afternoon as all kids 12 and under will be invited down to the field to run the bases following the game as the Angels take on these Orioles. Be sure to purchase your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. Napoli is now 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs.
Well, PA had a great jump on that fly ball because the ball was hit hard by Napoli.
Eric Ibar, a strikeout victim leading off the third. She's 0 for 1. It would seem pretty much commonplace in every at-bat over the last several games for Ibar, showing bunt.
Trying to track the baseball. Still swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. Swung and missed that first at bat on a changeup. It looked to be up and out of the strike zone after swinging some breaking pitches down.
Well, the count is in his favor. 2 balls and no strikes now. Those 2 doubles that we pointed out with 2 outs coming in the 3rd and 4th innings, the only 2 hits and only base runs Millwood has allowed. He falls behind here, 3 balls and no strikes. And Millwood kind of following suit of what Ferguson did last night. Nothing overpowering, just throwing strikes.
Staying out of the middle part of the plate. When you have an aggressive club going against you, if you can stay out of the middle part, you're going to be fairly successful.
3-0. That's a 4-pitch walk. And the first issue by Millwood in this game. Got the speedy Ibar on at first base with 1 out. Bobby Wilson coming up.
Bobby's a guy that Mike Scioscia does put the hit and run on with often. He trusts his ability to put the ball in play. And I think for the Angels right now, they have to think in the lines that they got to try to steal some base. Millwood's very good as far as holding the baseball. Quick to home, quick to first.
A little slide step right there, and it's ball 1 on Bobby. Bobby lined out in the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1. The world famous and patented Tri-Box. See what's happening all around the infield. There goes the runner. Hit and run is on. It almost hits Ibar and it goes into right field. Boy, the way things have been going for the Angels, that's just one of those things you'd sit there and say, well, go figure. Had it hit Ibar. But he alertly jumps over that baseball and he ends up at 3rd base.
Well, what a great job by Bobby Wilson. Just mentioned the fact that he's very comfortable in this scenario. The hit and run. Ibar going. Boy, that's about as close as it could possibly be without hitting him.
It's like a steeplechase. So 1st and 3rd here, down 2-0 with 1 out, and Peter Borges stepping in. Borges had that double to left center field in the 3rd.
We'll see how close this baseball gets to hitting Eric Ibar, which would mean he'd be out. Bobby Wilson would be awarded a hit in that scenario, but it'd be an out.
That's the importance right there of tracking a baseball on a hit and run, peeking back toward the hitters to find the baseball.
Back in a straight steal, you're not looking back at all, but hit and run, you try to pick it up.
Slider down and away.
Now you have a veteran pitcher who's been around for a long time going against a youngster. See that break pitch well off the outside corner. See if he can get the young hitter to be overly aggressive. Peter Borges, his job right now is just to try to get a pitch somewhere around the strike zone that he can hit at very least in the air to get the run across.
Chopper toward the middle, right at the bag of the only way they get to double play, and they get it. And the Angels leave a man at 3rd base. 5 in the books. Baltimore leads it 2-0.
freeze cam. Bobby Wilkin, great catch and throw. Julio Lugo trying to steal second base, but Bobby says no. Fires that ball into Eric Ibar, gets him at second base. And that was our Coors Light freeze cam, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Baltimore's up 2-0 here at the top of the 6th inning. And Ty Wigginton takes down low for ball 1. Wigginton, Scott, and Fox. They're scheduled 3 against Casimir. 3 strikeouts and a walk. He falls behind here, Ty Wigginton, and 2 balls and no strikes. Wigginton has rolled into a double play. That came in the first inning. And then struck out looking in the 4th. It is 3-0. There's a strike. Casimir's allowed 5 hits, including that 2-run home run to Bell. This one on the ground. And that's a fair ball just inside the bag. Headed toward the corner. Wigginton heading to second base. Bobby drops it. Did not have a play at second anyways. Wigginton's on board with a leadoff double, his 23rd of the year. A man in scoring position right away here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Luke Scott.
Well, when you get a good fastball count, you have to go with that pitch right down the third baseline.
Tony Randazzo showing some mad hops.
Said no problem.
Took notes watching Ibar. Here's Luke Scott, 0 for 2, fly to right and a strikeout.
Luke Scott trying to get a pitch on the inner half so he can hit it to the right side to advance. Wigginton to third base at the very least. Casimir is starting him off with a slider on the outside corner to try to prevent that.
Scott at 78 pitches. The 79th is cut on and missed, and it's 0-2 on Luke Scott. Casimir 50 strikes. So a lot more aggressive within the strike zone. That's all he should be against the Orioles, as we pointed out when we started this game. A ball club hitting just .241 against left-handed pitching this year. And who just won its 19th game away from home last night. They are 19-45 out on the road. This one has popped up. Ibar on the dirt calls off Callaspo, and there is out number 1. Hey, join the Angels and the baseball tomorrow fun as they host their 5th annual equipment drive tomorrow afternoon. Bring new or used gloves, bats, or balls to the bins located at gates 1, 4, and the home plate gate. Collection bins will be open from 10:30 a.m. through the 2nd inning. The first 1,000 fans who donate equipment or $10 or more will receive a commemorative all-star pin. Before it even starts, we thank you for donating. So 1 out, Wigginton still at second. Jake Fox fouls one at the plate. They'll come up and hit Bobby in the neck area. There's no balls in the strike. Fox, a fly ball to right. Reached on the error by Howie Kendrick in the 4th, so 0 for 2 night this far. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 left on for the Orioles. No runs, 3 hits, an error. And 3 left on for the Halos. Up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
By the way Kevin Millwood has thrown the ball tonight, it's going to be very important for Casimir to get through this inning without allowing that run to score. Had a couple opportunities the Angels have, but Millwood's made some good pitches to get through those innings.
2 balls and a strike. Shutting out the Angels tonight. And the Angels with an opportunity to pick up a game. The game in Texas, Rangers hosting the Oakland Athletics, is in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oakland shutting out the Rangers 5-0. Fox puts this one on the ground at the third base line. Nice play by Castro, but it's a foul ball.
Great range. Castro's done a nice job. Primarily a second baseman, but very solid at third base. Saw him make those plays when he's a member of the Royals against the Angels, and here we've seen him make a number of very good plays.
Two on its way. That's upstairs, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Center fielder Felix P.A. on deck. Scott trying to get through the 6th inning. Unscathed. This one, little dribbler on the right shot. Casper's going to have to take it himself. It's a foot race, and everybody is safe. Wigginton's coming home. The throw is late. It's 3-0 Baltimore.
That's one of those odd plays as a pitcher, because especially a left-handed pitcher, you're going to fall towards third base. Chopper, you make the play, but because Napoli was going over to get the ball himself, he was out of position. Wigginton did a great job as far as reading that, going over to first base, and Casimir trips over Fox as he went over to first base and able to score. Slides in there, clearly beats him, and it's spiked in the process. But that's one of those plays, and we showed it earlier, where Jared Weaver communicates with his first baseman, say, hey, listen, on a ground ball like that, I have that part of the infield, you stay back. It's all part of, as a pitcher, you look around, find out where your infielders are playing it, and communicate where you want them to stay. Mike Napoli hasn't played a ton of first base, so he's always going to be aggressive trying to get the baseball.
As nice a job as Mike has done in his tenure over at first base, and I think he's done a pretty good job over there getting acclimated. Clearly had no business breaking for that ball. That was headed toward Howie Kendrick at second base. Let's assume for a moment that Casimir doesn't get that baseball, and Mike does. There's no play whatsoever.
There's no way Casimir is going to be able to get over there in time.
Well, Fox gets credit for a base hit. And PA ahead of the count at 1 ball, no strikes.
Does he get an RBI on that one?
He does. 7th of the year. So 2 runs in the 5th inning, 1 here in the 6th. Baltimore up 3-0. PA rolls this one foul. A couple of ground outs for PA. Getting to start out in center field with Adam Jones still nursing that contusion in the left shoulder area. Scott clearly frustrated on the mound. A couple of plays in tonight's game in which kind of gone against him. The error by Ibar, the infield base hit that was bobbled by Ibar. Kendrick's error certainly did not come back and haunt. And now this play that allowed the 3rd run to score. PA takes out Simons. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, what happened in the past, you can't think about that anymore. You got to attack the batter here. Cannot afford to fall any further behind in this game. You have guys trying to be aggressive and make the plays for you in the field, and sometimes mistakes are made.
And because this inning is extended here, the bullpen will get going. PA still with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Michael Kahn is the first man up. Another 2-2. It's a slider down and in. Full count now. Now looks like we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Odd timing for it, but Corey Patterson will take over for Jake Fox.
Over the 3-0 lead, 6th inning, 3-2 count. No question you're going to see Patterson going here. Probably was going to be a defensive replacement anyhow for Fox.
Patterson goes, the 3-2's inside. There's a walk. Second of the game issued by Kazmir. Here comes the catch of Craig Tatum. Prolonged inning here for Kazmir. Lead off double by Ty Wigginton. The pop up by Luke Scott, and then the odd infield base hit by Jake Fox, bringing home Wigginton. Credit Ty for the alert base running, seeing Kazmir on the ground with the baseball, taking the extra base, and getting the run. So first and second, still one out. Tatum's 0 for 2. Takes a breaking ball in there. Tatum grounded out to Kai Osman to second, struck out in the 5th.
Well, if you're Kazmir right now, you got to think of the lines that I leave one more base runner out there, I might be out of the ball game. See if you can get that ground ball once again in an infield to get a double play.
Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch. 1-2. It's a final in Texas. 5-0 Oakland. So Oakland picks up a full game on the Rangers. They are now 8.5 back of the division leaders. The Angels with a victory tonight would get to 9.5 themselves. A loss, they would stay at 10.5. 1-2. Tatum pops it up. Napoli make the play. It's a fly roll. There are 2 outs. That'll bring up Cesar Asturias with 2 outs and 2 on.
Already 2 base hits in a game against Kazmir for Asturias.
Also picked up a stolen base and scored a run. The outfield very shallow with Patterson at second base. NPA at first. A lot of speed on the bases. Very good speed in the batter's box. First pitch. Hard hit. Howie Kendrick can't handle it. Torrey's got him. He's come up firing. The throw is up the first base line. Patterson is safe. It is 4-0 Baltimore. Boy, Torrey did just about everything imaginable to get that baseball in as quickly as possible and on line. Nothing that he could do right there as Asturias picks up his 3rd hit, his 25th RBI, and that's going to be it for Scott Kazmir. CA ends up at 3rd base, Asturias at 2nd. So a pitching change. We're in the 6th inning. Michael Kahn coming on in relief as the Angels trail 4-0. high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit at AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Top of the sixth inning, it is 4-0 Baltimore. 2 outs here. Michael Kahn has taken over. Josh Bell is coming up now.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. You mentioned Josh Bell. Pitch on the outer half. Just a perfect level swing going opposite field for a home run, 2-run home run. To right center field for Josh Bell. Good power the other way. That was a Coors Light cold hard blast.
That put the Orioles up 2-0 in the fifth inning. They have since scored twice more here in the sixth. And have runners at second and third. Bell takes a fastball upstairs. He's 1 for 2 with that home run. He's also hit a fly ball to right. PA at third is Sturris at second, both property of Scott Kazmir. Good location on that fastball, leaves a count at 1-1.
Watch that fastball at 91 and 93. Very good slider also for Michael Kahn.
Bell hits a towering shot in foul territory near the dugout. Napoli can't get it. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talk about a rainmaker.
That ball was way up there.
Going 5 2/3 tonight, allowing 8 hits. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bell, the Orioles' third baseman of now, I guess. The future is now for Baltimore. One of the trades that Andy McPhail pulled off, sending George Sherrill to the Dodgers and getting Bell. Rips this one out toward right. Torrey, a little bit of a late break on him, is able to track it down. Bell just got that one off the end of the bat. It's the third out of the inning. The Orioles, however, scored 2 more. We head to the bottom of the sixth inning. They lead it 4-0.
Just off the end of the bat, Kazmir in position to make the play, but communication not there. Then trips over Fox, and Wigginton did a great job of reading that. Scores on a chopper at the mound from second base.
Now Baltimore scored twice in the fifth, twice in the sixth inning, lead at 4-0. Corey Patterson, who pinch ran for Fox, is in center. PA moves over to left field. Top of the order for the Angels here in the 6th inning. Abreu, Kendrick, and Kayaspa against Kevin Millwood. He's allowed 3 hits, has struck out 2, walked 1. Bobby tonight is 0 for 2. A fly ball to right and a ground ball to short. He had a man in scoring position in the 3rd inning. And once again, as the broken record continues, the Angels have had their opportunities against Millwood. Not been able to capitalize. Get that clutch base hit. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count here on Millwood. He's gone through the Braves, the Phillies, went to Cleveland for 1 year. Signed a 1-year deal there, led the American League in ERA. And inside down in Texas. The Braves in the hole at 1 and 2. Millwood picked up this offseason from Texas in exchange for Chris Ray. They wanted him to be the veteran leader of this ball club. Helped Jeremy Guthrie, Brad Bergeson, Brian Mattis.
So one thing Baltimore definitely has is some young, up-and-coming pitching. It's what they've been building through the draft over the last few seasons. You need that veteran influence. Yeah, you can listen to your pitching coach all you want, but when you have that tutelage from a major leaguer who's been there and done that, throwing a no-hitter in his career, it's good to have that presence around. Even with that 2-14 mark, still valuable as far as passing on that knowledge with young pitchers.
Breaking ball is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jake Arrieta, Chris Tillman, a couple of others that they have. Scott Shields now is up. Two to Bobby. He goes down swinging on the off-speed pitch. And there's out number 1. Bobby's been scuffling here of late, 0 for 3 tonight. 1 out, and that'll bring up Howie Kendrick.
He just 1 for 16 in his homestand.
And even a guy like Kevin Millwood with just 2 wins on the year can have an impact on young guys.
No question. Because what you see, if you're a young pitcher and you see a veteran like Kevin Millwood who's had success, struggle like this, 2-14, but just that positive frame of mind as far as going out, get your work done, get your bullpen session doing, and competing and pitching deep in the ball games. He's coming into this game 152 innings pitched, so he's a guy that will take the baseball and try to go as deep as possible in the game. Not giving up. Not certainly supported a whole lot as far as runs. A little over 3 runs a game he's been supported with.
Oh, 2. That's up and in. Almost got Howie.
Well, that's that 0-2 pitch. We're always taught in high school, go up and in. Make them uncomfortable at the plate.
1-2. Line right to second, 2 outs. Boy, waited on it, waited on it. Put good wood on it. 2 outs.
Boy, that slow curveball. Great job as far as keeping your body back. Was initially going out in front on that slow curveball. Kept its hands back through the zone. Level swing, line drive, but right at the second baseman.
There's Kayaspa, and this one's into right center field for a base hit. Marquez is trying to cut it off, does so. And it's a 2-out knock for Kayaspa. That'll bring up Torrey Hunter as we go back and take a look at our Hyundai key to the game with Torrey Hunter coming to the play.
Let that dog hunt. Torrey Hunter coming into the game, hitting over 400 against Kevin Millwood. Does have a double to right center field in this game. A couple big flies against him also. Big fly in this particular point would be huge for the Angels to get back in the ball game. Cut the deficit to 2 runs.
Torrey tonight 1 for 2. Had a double in the fourth. Takes a strike.
Millwood changes speed so well. Slow curveballs, will throw the slider, then throws a cut fastball, two-seam fastball, and a changeup. Most times we'll throw the changeup to left-handed batters.
That's upstairs. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One of the pitches is that curveball. Watch this. Talk about getting on top of it.
And you always hear that frame about the L shape of an arm of a pitcher, where you have your elbow flatten across and the elbow in the position where you have the hand over the front part and snap that curveball. And the rotation of a curveball is compared to even a slider. Completely different. Curveball's been going in there at 67, fastball at 90. And you don't have to be overpowering if you stay over the middle part of the plate. Sink it down on the outside corner, cut that fastball inside.
Breaking ball has popped up. It stirs onto the outfield grass, makes the catch. That will end the bottom of the 6th inning. Through 6 here at the Big A. Baltimore leads it 4-0. Scott Kazmir looked pretty sharp early up until he faced Josh Bell in the 5th inning. A 2-run home run put Baltimore up 2-0. Peter Borges with runners at first and third and 1 out, grounded into the double play. And then this odd play right here in which Scott Kazmir could not get Jake Fox. How Wiggins did it with Kazmir on the ground. Ends up scoring. He made it 3-0. Then followed by an RBI single by Cesar Sears to make it 4-0. That's where we start right now. The top of the 7th. Scott Shields on in relief. They'll be facing 1, 2, and 3. Lugo, Markakis, and Wigginton. Scott 0-3 and a 5.48 ERA. Promptly delivers a strike. Last pitched on the 25th against the Rays. Went 1 inning, gave up a hit. Lugo tonight 1 for 3. Shields gets ahead of no balls, 2 strikes.
Scott upset with himself. 0-2. Got around that curveball. We showed Millwood's curveball. This time his elbow dropped. It's 1.5. Lugo fouled it off, but he was upset with himself after 2 great fastballs to get ahead of the count.
Ahead of the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. They go punching it to the right side. Napoli is there. They'll feed Shields for the first down. Leadoff man is retired, bringing up Nick Markakis. Scott Kazmir, by the way, got the start tonight, went 5 2/3, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 runs, all earned on 8 hits, including that Bell home run.
That's the thing when you're struggling. Hasn't been easy for Scott this whole year, but you look at the line score, it's not going to look like he threw the ball well, but I thought he threw the ball very well tonight. Some good sliders, good velocity on the fastball. Some odd plays hurt him. Plays that almost could have been made that weren't. That's when you look up 4 runs.
One ball, 1 strike here on Markakis. The right fielders, 1 for 2 with a single, a ground out, and a walk. On a ground to Howie. 2 away. Well, tomorrow afternoon, 12:35 start here at the Big A. Jeremy Guthrie, Jared Weaver. Pretty good matchup. Good arms. Guthrie's thrown the ball well in the second half of the season for Baltimore.
Jared getting a couple extra days. Maybe fresher. A lot of pitches, a lot of innings. Great innings for Mike Scioscia this season. Bunch of punch outs.
A lot of folks would say, well, what's red light? Why does he need a couple extra days? Nothing really to worry about.
Well, what a part of it is, Mike Scioscia generally, when he had with the 5-man rotation, if there's any off day, he'll keep everyone in line. But because of the 5th man being, whether it be out for a while or not comfortable going with the 5th man, they've been skipping that spot. So you've been staying on that 5-man rotation or 5-day rotation the entire season and not giving that little extra rest for his young arms that he has in this rotation.
Wigginton takes a called strike 3, and Scott Shields has himself a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch time at the Big A. Halos down 4-0. Get him going. Hideki Matsui to lead things off. Great crowd on hand, as always here. Matsui, Napoli, and Ibar. Gets Kevin Millwood thrown 79 pitches, 48 strikes. He struck out 3 and walked 1, having allowed 4 hits. Matsui takes strike 1. Hideki 0 for 2, grounded to short. He's hit a fly ball to center field. That fly ball to center field hit very deep, but it was the 3rd out of the inning. It left Torrey Hunter stranded at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike.
William Millwood just continues to stay out of the middle part of the plate. Cuts that fastball, sinks it, slow curveball.
Two-one pitch from Millwood. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And if you could throw that slow curveball, even an 89-mile-an-hour fastball will get a late swing on you as a hitter. Generally, if you throw 89 miles an hour, especially if you're a right-handed pitcher, right down the middle of the plate against the left, that ball is going to be crushed. But because of that pitch before, that slow curveball around 70 miles an hour looked even faster.
And Matsui goes down swinging for the first out. Take a look at Alexis pursuing perfection on the off-speed pitch, that curveball from Kevin.
Well, the big thing, you have to have real good balancing mechanics to be able to throw a curveball like Kevin Millwood does. You out in front with it, you get a lot of pop-ups, a lot of swings and misses from a curveball like that. That's our Alexis pursuing perfection, but it's all about staying within your mechanics and not overthrowing. Otherwise, your elbow drops and that pitch is out over a plate and it gets crushed.
Napoli takes a breaking pitch for a strike. Mike 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs. 1 to right, 1 to center. This one down the right field line, and it'll tail into the seats. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A couple slow breaking pitches, then an elevated fastball. Unlikely you would throw the cut fastball on the outside corner or come with that curveball again. Go with the curveball.
This one shot out to deep right center field. Markakis giving chase. Pulls up, that's off the wall. The carom is played nicely by Patterson. They almost get Napoli at second, but it's a double. Boy, what a terrific play by Corey Patterson, the center fielder, backing up Markakis.
Well, you talk about those fundamentals that Buck Showalter has stress, and Patterson was in perfect position. Markakis thought initially he might have a shot at be able to catch his curveball out over the plate that Napoli hits very well. Stayed back, centered the baseball up, it got by Markakis, but Patterson right there, that's normally going to be a triple at the very least. And is almost being a play at second base and almost out.
Let's go ahead and go standing up. 75th career double. 3rd double of the game for the Angels. And yet another man in scoring position. Ibar takes him shot. He has struck out and walked. The Angels have yet to get a base hit with a man in scoring position in this series. They are 0 for 9, 0 for 3 tonight. Takes a fastball for a strike, evens the count. That pitch down and in.
Eric keeps swinging at that pitch. That's all you can do with that pitch. If you make contact with it, is pull it foul. Most times it's a swing and miss because it's a difficult pitch to be able to get the bat on it.
Behind in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby Wilson, the man on deck. Shot to left, and that's a base hit. Good piece of hitting there. And because it was a line drive, Napoli kind of had to freeze there. Once it got past Bell, he advanced to 3rd. 1st and 3rd. Still 1 out. Bobby Wilson coming up.
That's the approach you want to see out of Eric Ibar. Trust his hands. Let that fastball get deep in the zone. Very good as far as staying back with his hands. That's a very good swing. That's what you want to see. Fastball in the outer half instead of trying to pull that ball, hit a ground ball to second. Stay back, let it go deep in the zone, and hit it to left field.
First time in this game in which the Angels have had multiple hits in one inning against Millwood. He wants a new baseball.
You can see right here, in this better view right here, he's good balance right here, stay up and then through, waited at the very end to be able to drive that ball into left field for a base hit. It's all about trusting your hands, let it go deep in the zone.
Nice job by Tatum blocking that pitch, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby had a base hit in the 5th inning. That was the hit and run in which Imo ended up at third base. But Borges grounded into that inning-ending double play. That just missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Napoli shooting that double off the wall. He's at third base. Ibar with the base at the left. He's at first. Big left-hander Mark Hendrickson is up. One of 2 lefties for Buck Showalter in the pen. Mike Gonzalez the other. Wilson pops this one up on the first base side. Wigginton makes a catch. 2 outs.
Again, man at third base. Failed in that opportunity again.
Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, going to go out and pay a visit here. Borges is the batter. Not sure what they could be telling Kevin Millwood. He's up 4-0. He's pretty much dominated the lineup the entire night. He's got 2 outs.
Slow down the pace. I don't understand that one.
Well, in order to give Hendrickson an opportunity to get loose to face a Brave.
You can always find ways to delay time before you go out there to make sure your guy down in the bullpen gets enough throws to be ready. And hopefully he'll make a mistake here now.
No balls and a strike on Borges. He had that double in the 3rd inning. Double play ball in the 5th. So 1 for 2 9. Outfield pretty much straight up. Oh, PA somewhat shallow and left. Borges pops it up. Julio Lugo makes a catch. That is the 3rd out of the inning. 7 of the books. Here's the Big A. Orioles up 4-0. Scott Shields out for his second inning of work. Had a 1-2-3 seventh, including a strikeout of Ty Wigginton. Facing Scott Patterson, PA, here in the eighth. Luke Scott, the DH, is 0 for 3. Flied out twice. He's also struck out. Well, you can't say that the Angels have not had some chances. No doubt frustrating for Mike Scioscia, the rest of the guys in that dugout.
Well, when you think about this, just the approach at the plate. You're just trying to be able to get that fly ball, trying to get a pitch to drive, run across, to get back in the game. And so many opportunities where that phrase, simplify your approach, so important. You can't go beyond your normal swing, your normal element. If you're a ground ball hitter, you're trying to force yourself into a fly ball spot. You just hit the ball hard through the hole if you can.
1-2. Just missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Howie's got the skimmer, and there's the first out. And the Angels Friends and Family Fun Pack presented by JetBlue lets you enjoy 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks for just $44. The next Friends and Family Fun Pack game takes place tomorrow afternoon against the Orioles. Purchase your Family Fun Pack today at angelsbaseball.com. Jeremy Guthrie, Jared Weaver. 12:35 strike tomorrow.
Very good pitching matchup.
There's a fastball for a strike. The Angels then head out on the road. Another 6-game road trip. 3 in Seattle, off day Thursday in San Francisco, and then 3 against Oakland next weekend.
Well, in the opening we showed the schedule, the upcoming schedule for the Angels, but you have to win games. The opportunity is there.
Now it's in the dirt and it gets away from Wilson. It's a strikeout wild pitch, allowing Patterson to reach. The ball bounced out in front of the plate.
Well in front of the plate.
And Corey had his mind made up that he was going to swing before the inning started.
That was a pretty good curveball way in front of the plate. You get a swing and miss on that one. Sharp break. Overthrew that pitch, Scott Shields. He did get the swing and miss. That's almost nearly impossible for a catcher to be able to block. Now with Patterson to first, definitely a stolen base threat.
Felix PA, and this one's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs and a walk. Trying to keep Patterson as close as possible to the bag with a deficit of 4-0. Well, you're talking about the opportunities to just win games, and it seems like those opportunities have presented themselves when Texas has lost. Texas went through that stretch a little over 2 weeks in which they were scuffling, just playing .500 baseball, and the Angels had opportunities aplenty to try to make up ground.
In those 15 games, they were 4-11. And we've seen it again tonight. That inability to get that big hit with the runner in scoring position.
Lifted in the air down the left field line. Long run for Abreu. 2 outs. Patterson returns to first base. Brings up the catcher, Craig Tatum. Tatum's 0 for 3 in this one with a ground out, a strikeout to Popham. Big crowd on hand, 43,127 for the Autotrader.com candy jar, which was filled at the beginning of the show with peanut M&Ms and now remains filled. You'll be picking at it during the innings.
Hoping there's some good luck ones in there at some point.
Hasn't worked out thus far. Gotta go with the green ones, allegedly.
We come to the plate, have to grab it. A 1 count. Mike Sociedad will put a pitch out on. I'd be surprised if he does so here at this pitch.
Pretty close to being a strike.
Supposed to be a pitch out. Sets up to get the pitch out. All right, got out of there pretty good.
See if Paul Nauert actually stays in there. Perhaps he calls it a strike. You got to show me something, Paul. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Patterson goes. Pitch is down low to throw down from Wilson. Gets by Howie Kendrick, and that will allow Patterson to go to third base. We've seen a lot of baseballs get through at second base. Stolen base and an error to Bobby Wilson.
A good jump by Patterson. And that's one of those baseballs, too, you have to try to keep in front of you somehow, some way, body up and keep it in front.
Well, especially if you don't, or if you do know, I should say, that you don't have a play at second base. You're not going to get the guy, then
get out in front of the baseball.
Just go get the baseball. 2-1 pitch. Just missed outside, 3-1. Cesar Steers, who has 3 hits on this one, is the guy on deck. This guy Scott wants to get with Tatum. Full count. They used to chap you at all when hitters would take that step to first, thinking that they had drawn the walk.
Yeah, it really wasn't a whole lot to make me upset on the mound of the hitter. And that would be one of the things. So if I got him out, I was going to make sure I let him know that.
Base hit to center field makes it 5-0 Orioles. The error comes back to haunt. At least it doesn't give Borges an opportunity to make a play on Patterson.
That's because that ball was hit so well and it could charge it. There might be a play at the plate.
Tatum picks up his 6th RBI. Here's Asturias, the switch hitter, batting from the left side for the first time. Fouls one off to the left. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. An RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored.
And the reality is, as a pitcher, he pitches a little bit differently with a man on second as compared to a man on third. We saw Scott Shields with that good hard curveball in the dirt. You're more apt not to throw that pitch because if you throw a wild pitch, a run scores.
0-2 now. Rich Thompson is hanging out of the bullpen. He's ready to go. 31 pitches thrown by Shields at a 1-2-3 seventh. Baltimore with 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 1 here in the 8th. Steers hits one to the alley in right center field. Borges had a pretty good jump, and he will track it down. Oh, it just doesn't get old. Nice play by Peter Borges for Baltimore. Tacks on another. They lead it 5-0 heading to the bottom of the 8th. Now, get Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. Bottom of the 8th, down 5-0. The youngsters still cheering on their halos. Top of the order coming up, Abreu, Kendrick, and Cayaspo. Trying to figure out Kevin Millwood. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Having allowed 6 hits. Bobby takes a strike. He doesn't like the call. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Fly to right, but ground ball to short. He struck out in the 6th inning. Slow breaking pitch evens the count at 1-1.
Very good job as far as throwing out the timing of the Angel hitters tonight.
Millwood rubbing up a new baseball, getting ready to throw his 100th pitch of the night. One and 2 now. Mentioned Bobby has been scuffling here of late. 1 for 16 now in this homestand. 3 against the Rays, the 2 thus far here against Baltimore. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Orioles had Jim Johnson up and loosening in their bullpen. He's just kind of hanging out there just in case Millwood gets into some trouble. There's the big right-hander. Well, a few changeups that we've seen from Kevin Millwood. Pretty good tailing action to it. Bobby lays off, and it's a full count.
And he does have a good one, but he's been so effective with that slow curveball, there's no need for that pitch. Go with a fastball now, back up it after that changeup.
Abreu goes down swinging for the first out.
Number 47, second baseman,
So here comes Howie Kendrick. He's also 0 for 3. Five punch-outs now for Kevin Millwood. Most punch-outs he's had in a game since July the 27th. That was against Toronto. A strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Millwood with 3 consecutive losses. Cleveland, Seattle, Texas. Has not won a game. It's June 24th. Only 2 victories on the year.
That's amazing when you think about 25 starts come into this game and they only 2 wins. And averaging over 6 innings a start, so he's giving the team a chance to just not get any run support.
Ball's behind here, 3-1.
3.2 runs per game are scoring for him, which I think is the least amount in baseball, or at least in the American League.
Howie pops this one up on the first base side. Tatum and Wigginton. Wigginton calls him off. 2 outs. So 2 up and 2 down here in the Angels half the 8th inning. Here comes Alberto Callaspo. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 6th inning. Game hitting streak for Alberto. Mentioned Matsui's 10-game streak got snapped last night with the over. The first pitch from Millwood is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Loss tonight would drop the Angels 4 games back under 500. This one's grounded over to short. Millwood has himself a 1, 2, 3, 8th in the books. Baltimore in control. They lead at 5-0. one person at a time. Josh Bell going the opposite way in the fifth inning. His third major league home run, putting Baltimore up 2-0 at that point. They'll attack on 2 in the sixth inning, 1 in the eighth. That's how we arrive to the 5-0 score here in the ninth inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Halos, right-hander Rich Thompson, fresh off the disabled list, takes over for Scott Shields, who went 2 innings tonight, gave up a run on a hit, and struck out 2.
Rich, that good fastball. 94, 95, very good slider and a curveball. Scott Shields threw the ball very well, too. Unfortunately, they end up giving up a run. They end up scoring, got on base via a wild pitch strikeout.
Bell takes inside for ball 1. Baltimore setting up 9-1-2. Bell, Lugo, and Markakis here against Thompson. Bell 1 for 3 with that home run. The other 2 times he's the fly ball out to Torrey Hunter. This one out toward deep right center field. Playable for Torrey. There's out number 1. And much like that last fly ball he hit in the 6th inning, this one looked like it got jammed in one of the 6th innings off the end of the bat.
The ball was hit out to that direction towards Torrey Hunter. 3 fly ball outs and 1 home run to right center field. The guy that likes to jump on that fastball.
He is a free swinger, at least early in the count. Here's Julio Lugo, the second baseman. Brian Roberts not getting the start tonight. He was actually pulled from last night's game due to a sore hip. Lugo taking his place at second base, 1 for 4. A first inning base hit. Scott Kazmir got the start tonight, went 5 1/3, giving up 4 runs, all earned on 8 hits. Michael Kahn went 1/3 of an inning. Shields 2, and now Thompson here in the 9th. And unless the Angels do something in the bottom of the 9th inning with Hunter, Matsui, and Napoli due up, they would remain 10.5 back in the American League West, with Texas getting shut out tonight by Dallas Braden and the Oakland Athletics, 5-0. Oakland remains in second place, 8.5 back now. 2-1 pitch. Lugo out toward right center field, chasing Borges back. And he is there waiting for it. 2 outs. And be sure to visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of the official Angels gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the source. angelsbaseball.com shop. So 2 outs for Nick Markakis. Nobody on. Now, if you're Buck Showalter, are you bringing Kevin Millward back out for the 9th, or you go to the big man, Jim Johnson?
Veteran, shutout working. No, he's going back out.
He's going back out there. Especially considering the year that he's gone through 2-14 coming into this one.
Exactly. Got to give him an opportunity to be able to finish it off. You don't get many chances to throw a shutout. He's got 5 career shutouts, so definitely a chance to be able to throw that pitch. The way he's been stayed out of the middle part of the plate the entire game. That good slow curveball. Spotting the fastball. Last few innings he's been sinking the fastball too, getting some swings and misses out of that pitch.
Good fastball there from Rich. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson on the DL with right shoulder inflammation. Being activated today. Filling the void. Ryan Fuentes. Boy, that did not miss by much.
No, that was a pretty good pitch. 93 on the outside corner. I guess maybe saying low. I don't think that was low either. That was right on the corner.
3-2 upstairs. He walked him. 2-out walk, puts a man on here for Ty Wigginton. Our belated congratulations, by the way, to Rich Thompson and his beautiful bride Ashley, who gave birth to a baby boy, Richard William, 5 days ago.
Congratulations.
Just in time for school to start next week.
Well, they do start school pretty early nowadays. Not so sure about a week and a half, though.
Got to push your kids. Wigginton ripping this one right to Kayaspo. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Angels down 5-0 with Torrey Hunter, Decky Matsui, Mike Napoli coming up. Johnson just reinstated off the 60-day disabled list prior to last night's game, and apparently, at least according to Jim Hunter, Jim Palmer, Brady Anderson, who are calling the game for the Orioles next door to us, saying that Buck Showalter deciding to try to get Johnson into a game in a non-pressure situation, kind of get his workload started a little bit. We thought it was kind of odd that a veteran like Kevin Millwood would not be allowed the opportunity to go out there and at least start the inning and try to get that complete game shutout.
Buck Showalter had to talk to him for quite some time to get a veteran like Millwood not to go out there for the ninth inning when he's been dealing like this. But it's an opportunity to get Jim Johnson some work. He's got a good fastball, 90-94 curve and changeup. Just coming back from that DL, was on that DL for a long period of time.
Millwood, 8 innings, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits allowed, 1 walk. Torrey Hunter takes down low for ball 1. Johnson with that 1-1 mark at 6.52 ERA delivers a strike. It's a count at 1-1. Torrey tonight 1 for 3. Had a double in the 4th. There's 1 and 2 now. Torrey not liking that call from Paul Nauert. Two balls, 2 strikes. Torrey taps this one foul, and the count remains at 2-2. Jim Johnson's a big guy, 6'6", 230-pounder. 5th round pick by the O's in 2001. That pitch missed outside. It's a full count. A starter early in his career has worked out of the bullpen the last couple of years. Story chops this one up the middle. Tough play, and Lugo can't handle it. Infield single for Torrey Hunter. The leadoff man is on here in the ninth.
One second over the pitcher's head, a very difficult play. If the second baseman's going to have to be able to backhand that, no chance of throwing Torrey out. Over Johnson's head. He's going to try to backhand, no chance to be able to throw that Torrey in if he fields it cleanly.
So here's Matsui, who's 0 for 3. Fouls off that first pitch, and it's no balls on a strike. Hideki against Kevin Millwood. Ground down, a fly ball out, and a strikeout. They took something off there. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Torrey takes off. And the 0-2 sits to right field. Torrey rounds second. He's going to get doubled up at first.
Another one of those crazy plays that just seemed, everything seems to be going against him, decisions being made. Knowing obviously they're not going to really hold him on, not worried about him, but ball was hit well by Matsui, but right at Markakis.
So 2 outs, bases clear here for Mike Napoli, down 5-0. We certainly have seen some interesting things here of late. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike had a double off the scoreboard, out of town scoreboard, in right field, the 7th inning. So 1 for 3 night. Scott Kazmir would take the loss for the Angels. Kevin Millwood would pick up the win should the score hold. Kazmir would drop to 8-12. Millwood would go to 3-12. High chopper toward the middle as Sturis calls off Lugo, and that will end the ball game. The Baltimore Orioles are perfect against the Angels to start the season series, and 1 game left.
It's amazing when you think about how inconsistent, that would be put it kindly, about this Baltimore club has been this entire season, yet they've won all 5 games against the Angels. They've executed very well, fundamentally sound. Made some plays, good backup. Even Corey Patterson, he comes in the game, backs up that ball off the wall by Mike Napoli. They're doing all the little things to win games. They pitched well.